Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Welcome to our pre-bid conference for contract ID 25GL0072 and 25GL0073. Before we officially start our pre-bid conference, may I request everyone for an opening prayer to be led by Engineer Bataraza, sir.
Tayo po ay manahimik at damahin natin ang presensya ng Panginoon at ipanalangin po natin ang tagumpay ng gawain ito. Sa ngalan ng Ama, ng Anak, ng Espiritu Santo. Amen. Panginoon, maraming salamat po sa pagtitipon ninyo dito sa amin upang gampanan ang aming gawain dito sa Panginoon. Maraming salamat po sa patuloy na pagbibigay ninyo ng sugat, malinis na puso at malinis na kaisipan, Panginoon. Pinasasalamatan din ka rin namin, Panginoon, sa patuloy na pagdaloy ng biyaya sa bawat sa amin upang maitaguyod namin ang aming mga pamilya. Maraming salamat, Panginoon. Sa oras na ito, Panginoon, ay pinagkakatiwala po namin sa iyo ang gawain ito. Hingin po namin na pagkalooban niyo po kami ng tamang kaisipan upang maisagawa namin ang gawain ito, Panginoon. Hinihiling din po namin, Panginoon, na patuloy niyo pong pagkalooban ng magandang kalusugan ng bawat isa sa amin upang patuloy po kami makapaglingkod dito sa aming departamento at makapaglingkod sa aming bayan, Panginoon. Hinihiling din po namin, Panginoon, na patuloy niyo po kami gabayan at pangunahan sa gawain ito. Ang lahat po ng ito ay hinihiling namin sa pangalan ni Kristo, aming Panginoon. Amen.
Thank you. Before we start, may I request our procurement head, Engineer Portales, to call the roll and also to read the agenda for this pre-bid conference.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Our attendance for today's meeting for contract ID for the pre-bid conference of contract ID number 25GF0072 and 25GF0073. As I call your name, please acknowledge. Ma'am Annabel Dizon,
Present.
back member. Sir Eugenio R. Catol, back vice chairman.
Present.
Sir Edwin Gapal, back chairman.
Present.
Out of 5 members, 3 members are present, including the chairman. So therefore, there is quorum. Likewise present, back secretariat, yours truly, and Earl Asi Martinez. Our agenda of pre-bid conference for the for contract ID number 25GF0072, supply and delivery of unleaded gasoline, tutti oil and diesel fuel for use of heavy equipment in service vehicle, grass cutter and chainsaw of this district, Palawan 2nd DEO, Narra, Palawan. And number 2, 25GF0073, supply and delivery of materials for use in the repair, maintenance of concrete pavement, patching, cracks and joint sealing along National Road, Intermittent section, Narra, Sofronio, Española, Brooke, Bataraza, and Quezon, Palawan. Agenda of pre-bid conference, we have number 1, basic contract data. Number 2, requirements of bidding documents. Number 3, documents to be submitted by the bidders, including technical and financial proposals. And next is criteria and procedure for the preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, post-qualification and award. And next is questions, comments from bidders and replies of BAC and other representatives of procuring entity. And summary of proceedings, including bid bulletins and addenda to be issued. And lastly, other matters. That's all, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Engineer Portales. Now, for the first agenda, and for our agenda, And for discussion of the first three agenda, the basic contract data, the requirement of bidding documents, and the documents to be submitted by the bidders, including technical and financial proposal, may I give the floor to our one of our back members, Ma'am Annabel Dizon, our supply officer. Ma'am.
Thank you, Chairman, and good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
And I will be discussing the basic contract data first. And for contract ID 25GF0072, the contract name is supply and delivery of unleaded gasoline, tutti oil, and diesel fuel for use of heavy equipment and service vehicle, grass cutter, and chainsaw of this district. The contract location, DPWH Palawan 2nd District Engineering Office, Narra, Palawan. And the brief description is the supply and delivery of unleaded gasoline, tutti oil, and diesel fuel. The approved budget for the contract for ABC is 3,651,000 pesos only. And the source of fund is FY 2025 GAA extended regular. Contract duration is 90 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents 5,000 pesos only. And for contract ID 25GF0073, contract name, supply and delivery of materials for use in the repair maintenance of concrete pavement, patching cracks and joint sealing along National Road, Intermittent section, this district. Contract location, Narra, Sofronio, Española, Brooke, Bataraza, Quezon, and Rizal, Palawan. Brief description, supply and delivery of asphalt penetration grade 85 to 100, hard asphalt, emulsified asphalt, Quezonic SS1, fine sand, and LPG. The approved budget for the contract is 4,376,020 pesos only. Source of funds, FY 2025 GAA extended regular. Contract duration, 30 calendar days. Cost of bidding documents, 5,000 pesos only. The Department of Public Works and Highways, Palawan 2nd District Engineering Office, now invites bids for the following contracts indicated above. Delivery of the goods is required to within the contract duration, as I stated before. Bidders should have completed contracts similar to the project. The description of an eligible bidder is contained in the bidding documents, particularly in Section 2, Instruction to Bidders. Bidding will be conducted through competitive bidding procedures using a non-discretionary pass or fail criterion as specified in the IRR of RA number 12009. Bidding is restricted to Filipino citizens, sole proprietorship, partnership, or organizations with at least 60% interest or outstanding capital stock belonging to citizens of the Philippines, and to citizens or organization of a country, the laws or regulation of which grants similar rights or privileges to Filipino citizens pursuant to RA number 5183. A complete set of bidding documents may be acquired by interested bidders on January 23, 2026 from February 11, 2026 from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. February 12, 2026 until 10 a.m. from the Procurement Unit Office, Back Building, DPWH Palawan 2nd District Engineering Office, Narra, Palawan. Upon payment of the applicable fee for the bidding documents pursuant to latest guidelines issued by the GPPB. It may also be downloaded free of charge from the website of the Philippine Government Electronic Procurement System and the website of the procuring entity, provided that bidders shall pay the applicable fee for the bidding documents not later than the submission of their bids. Bids must be duly received by the Bids and Award Committee Secretariat through manual submission at the office at the office, DPWH Palawan 2nd District Engineering Office, Narra, Palawan, on or before February 12, 2026, 10 a.m. Late bids shall not be accepted. All bids must be accompanied by a bid security and any of the acceptable forms and in the amount stated in ITB Clause 16.1. Bid opening shall be on February 12, 2026, 10 a.m. at DPWH Building 2nd floor, back room, Narra, Palawan, and simultaneously through live streaming on www.youtube.gov@dpwh.palawan 2nd DEO. Bids will be opened in the presence of the bidders' representatives who choose to attend the activity. As part of eligibility, the technical documentary requirements, bidders are required to submit the following. Excuse me. A duly signed omnibus sworn statement or OSS in accordance with the form prescribed in the bidding documents. Latest General Information Sheet or GIS reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Securities and Exchange Commission for Corporation, sworn affidavit or eligibility and beneficial ownership following the template attached in the bidding forms for all bidders, including sole proprietorship. All original notarized special power of attorney, original notarized secretary certificate, documents must be specific to the project being bid. The SPA must be submitted by the authorized representative, accompanied by any two valid government-issued ID of the representative. Submission without the original notarized special power of attorney or SPA, original notarized secretary certificate, and proper identification will not be accepted. In adherence to the department policies, please be reminded of the strict implementation of Department Order Number 28, Series 2024, three-strike policy in the procurement of infrastructure goods and consulting services contracts. In the event of any discrepancy between the original bid proposal, copy 1 and copy 2, the original bid proposal shall prevail. Interested bidders are required to provide an official email address for all bid-related notices. Any messages sent to that address will be deemed duly acknowledged upon transmission. Be advised that we are currently in the transitory period. Accordingly, in the event that any provision of RA 12009 is unclear, the provision of RA 9184 shall prevail. The Department of Public Works and Highways, Palawan 2nd District Engineering Office reserves the right to reject any and all bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award the contract at any time prior to contract award in accordance with Section 70 of RA number 12009, without hereby incurring any liability to the affected bidder or bidders. For further information, please refer to our Head Procurement Staff, Back Secretariat, Engineer C. Portales. And you may also visit the following website for downloading of bidding documents: www.fieldgems.gov.ph or www.dpwh.gov.ph. And for our requirements of bidding documents and documents to be submitted by the bidders, including technical and financial proposal. For our Class A documents, legal documents, letter A, valid FieldGems registration certificate, must be platinum membership, must be 3 pages, or registration certificate from Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, Department of Trade and Industry, DTI, or sole proprietorship or cooperative development authority for cooperative or its equivalent document. And mayor's or business permit issued by the city or municipality where the principal place of business of the prospective bidders is located, or the equivalent document for exclusive economic zones or areas. And lastly, for legal document, tax clearance per EO number 398 series 2005 as finally reviewed and approved by the Bureau of Internal Revenue. And for technical documents, statement of the prospective bidders of all its ongoing government and private contracts, including contracts awarded but not yet started, if any, whether similar or not similar in nature and complexity to the contract to be bid. And the statement of bidder's single largest completed contract is LCC, similar to the contract to be bid. Pag sinabi po natin is LCC, dapat po ay isang project lang po talaga yung i-fill out natin doon sa forms po natin. And for bid security, the prescribed form and amount in accordance with ITB Clause 16 and validity period under ITB Clause 16. And conformity with the technical specifications, which may include production delivery schedule, manpower requirements, and or after sales part if applicable. Doon po sa ating technical specifications, dapat po maglalagay po tayo ng ating brochure doon para po sa ating proposal, lalong-lalo na po sa mga equipment, IT equipment or laboratories po natin. And pag ang ibibid po natin is office equipment, IT, kailangan po natin mag-attach po ng ating after sales part or warranty certificate. And for original duly signed omnibus sworn statement, and if applicable, original notarized secretary certificate in case of corporation, partnership or cooperative, or original special power of attorney of all members of the joint venture giving full power and authority to its officer to sign the OSS and to do acts to represent the bidder. And for our financial documents, number 1 requirements is the supplier's audited financial statements showing, among others, the supplier's total and current assets and liabilities, stamp received by the BIR or its duly accredited and authorized institution for the preceding calendar year, which should not be earlier than 2 years from the date of bid submission. And number 2, that respective bidder's computation of net financing contracting capacity or an FCC or a committed line of credit from Universal or Commercial Bank in lieu of its NFCC computation. And for Class B documents, if applicable, a duly signed joint venture agreement in case of the joint venture is already in existence, or duly notarized statements from all the potential joint venture partners stating that they will enter into and abide by the provisions of JVE in the instance that the bid is successful. Other documentary requirements under RA 12009 for foreign bidders claiming for reason of their country's extension of reciprocal rights for Filipinos, certification from the relevant government office of their country stating that Filipinos are allowed to participate in government procurement activities for the same item or product. Number 2, certification from the DTI if the bidder claims preference as a domestic bidder or domestic entity. Number 3, latest general information sheet or GIS reflecting the beneficial ownership information duly received by the Secretaries and Exchange Commission for corporation, including the proof of compliance pursuant to 1620.2.1.1 of the IRR of RA number 12009. And lastly, sworn affidavit or eligibility and beneficial ownership following the template attached in the bidding forms for all bidders, including sole proprietorship, including the proof of compliance pursuant to section 20.2.9.1 of the IRR of RA number 12009. And lastly, for our financial components, number 1, original of duly signed and accomplished financial bid form which include the bid price. And kung maaari po yung binibigay po namin mga forms para po dito sa ating financial, ay paki-attach lang po, lalo-lalo na po yung ating bill of quantities. And number 2, original of duly signed and accomplished price schedule in accordance with ITD Clause 13.1. And number 3, if applicable, recurring and maintenance cost. And that would be all, Chairman.
Thank you, Ma'am Annabel Dizon. We now proceed to our next agenda, the criteria and procedure for the preliminary examination of bids, detailed evaluation of bids, cost qualification and award. And to discuss may I now give the floor to one of our members of this committee, our Vice Chairman, Engineer Eugenio Arcatan.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Back Chair, all the members of the Bids and Awards Committee, and also the Back Secretariat members. To begin with, under RA 12009, New Government Procurement Act, the procurement of goods follows a competitive bidding process focused on the lowest calculated and responsive bid, LCRB, ensuring transparency and value for money. The process involves strict non-discretionary pass-fail criteria for eligibility and preliminary examination, followed by detailed technical, financial evaluation and post-qualification to verify bidder compliance before final award. Number 1, preliminary examination of bids. The Bids and Awards Committee performs a non-discretionary pass-fail check on the submitted documents. Eligibility requirements. The BAC checks if the required legal, technical, and financial documents are present and complete. The technical components evaluated for compliance with technical specifications, including omnibus sworn statement, bid security, and, if applicable, the required similar or complex contract experience. The financial components evaluated for completeness, for example, bid price, bill of quantities, result, a missing document or patently insufficient, submissions leads to a failed rating. Number 2, detailed evaluation of bids. The BAC evaluates only bids that pass the preliminary examination, focusing on the financial proposal. Ranking. Bids are ranked based on their total calculated price. Correction of bids. Arithmetical errors and omissions are corrected with the calculated bid price, not the bid price submitted, considered for evaluation. Identification of LCB. The bidder with the lowest calculated bids, LCB, is identified. Number 3, post-qualification. This process is the process of verifying, validating, and ascertaining all statements made by the bidder with the LCB. Verification. The BAC checks the legal, technical, and financial documents, for example, permits, tax returns, and previous contract performance. Technical capability ensures that goods meet all specifications and that the supplier has the necessary capacity and, if required, has delivered similar complex projects. Result. If the LCB passes, it is declared the lowest calculated and responsive bid, LCRB. If not, the BAC notifies the bidder and start post-qualification of the second lowest, and so on. Number 4, the award of contract. The contract is awarded to the bidder with the LCRB. Recommendation. The BAC recommends the award to the head of the procuring entity. Notice of award, no issued below upon the approval. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Engineer Eugenio Arcatan. For our next agenda, the questions, comments from bidders and advisors back and our representative of procuring entity. May I request, or may I ask our technical staff if there's any query among our online viewers? Sir?
There's none, sir.
Okay, so there is none. So proceed to the next agenda, the summary of proceedings, including bid bulletins, agenda to be issued. May I ask our procurement head, staff head, Engineer Arnold Portales, if there's any bid bulletin for the said contracts.
As of this date, none, sir.
Okay, thank you, Engineer Portales. Is there any other matters, concerns to be discussed?
None, Mr. Chair.
May dadagdag lang.
Okay, Ma'am
Yung
Michael.
mga documents na isasubmit natin, yung ating, mostly yung ating technical components, kung maaari lang po lahat ng mga documents na isasubmit natin is clear, must be readable, and kung maaari lang po A4 size and naka-bind or hardbound siguro mas maganda para hindi mapilas yung mga dokumento niyo. And that will be all, sir.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am Annabelle, for another informations to for our prospective leaders. So, since there is no other matters to be discussed, may I now adjourn this pre-bid conference. Thank you for attending our pre-bid conference. Good morning once again.